Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to hard count number 13, 14. We're getting up there, Brandon.
One of them.
One of them. We've lost count at this point. My name's Kid Rathbone. Dad's Brandon Williams, my co-host. I'm in fabulous Las Vegas. Let me do a little turn right here. I'm in a casting couch room.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah, there's a strip just right next to it. I'm on the road. Brandon, where you at right now?
Oh, I'm back in Oklahoma right now. I'm finishing up a final semester of school.
That ninth semester, baby. Most magical thing in the world. Stillwater. I'm going to come visit this year.
Ain't nothing more beautiful than a bunch of cows.
Yeah, I want to visit for real. So I'm going to come and we're going to do a video there. Let's get into the video. So first of all, y'all know the drill. Follow us on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, and subscribe if you can. Drop a like. I don't like likes. I think it's stupid, but YouTube thinks you hate us if you don't like it. So drop a like. We appreciate it. All hard count live for all our stuff. And we're basically going to review the last week of the NFL because, oh my God.
Did stuff happen?
I didn't even, everything I thought I knew was wrong. Or maybe
out the window.
Literally out the window for week one. We have a lot to talk about. Brandon, get us into it. Because we got to start with the biggest. This was the biggest shock. I knew the Bills were really good.
Yeah,
oh my God, there was a beat down on the Rams.
I know.
Going into this game, you could tell me what you thought, Brandon. Personally, I was like, hey man, I don't think the Rams are going to quite win it again. They did lose some O-line. And I knew the Bills had a lot of pass rushers, but just the physical beatdown. And Stafford had one of those days that he usually has. That's your thing with Stafford is he's my boy, but he has days where he throws 3 picks, and it's just going to happen. And you live with that because he'll have games where he tosses up 4 touchdowns and they're fantastic throws. So, what do you think about this, Brandon? I was just caught way off guard, honestly.
I mean, 31-10. Jesus. I personally, I placed a bet on the Rams, but I placed a bet to the Rams winning. Like you said, I mean, I didn't think their O-line was bone dry. I mean, Jesus Christ, it looked like the Bears' previous O-line last year.
70 and 73 are terrible. The left guard and left tackle are absolutely terrible.
Yeah, that was pretty bad. I mean, they got smacked. Von Miller had a field day. It looked like sorry, Panthers fans, but it looked like the Broncos-Panthers Super Bowl out there.
Yeah,
Jesus.
It did.
I mean, Jalen Ramsey, dude. Jalen Ramsey
he
just
got cooked. He looked like a rookie.
Just
here's the thing. When Jalen Ramsey gets cooked, it almost looks like he's just I'm going to sound stupid here because I'm a fat boy sitting in a hotel room. It almost looks like he's being lazy and he's just dropping his technique and the dude's crazy. He can make those plays. It's just I feel like he thinks he's better.
Yeah,
and he can just make up ground.
For sure. You saw the Stephon Diggs play, the Stephon long bomb touchdown. What was it, 60 yards or something like that? He just ran past him.
He let him go.
Yeah, he was like, oh, he's running. Stephon Diggs is one of the best receivers in the league.
Mm-hmm. It wasn't a breaking coverage because he would have been wide open. But you can just see him throttle down. It's almost like when you play backyard football, and let's say our friend, good old Jack Mellon, one of the first hosts on this show. Jack's a quarterback. Jack doesn't go to the weight room much, and there's a 30-yard pass, which is pretty far for a regular person. I'm like, oh, he's not going to throw that. So you start throttling down while Brandon runs deeper, and you're like, oh, it's not going to get there. It's going to throw a pick. I'm going to pick it off. And then he just heaves a 50-yarder. That's what it looked like. He just slowed down.
That's basically what it was.
But you're playing Josh Allen. There's nobody else. That's the opposite of what you should do.
Yeah. I mean, I don't. Again, I think the Bills are just as good as advertised. Honestly, all off season. The Rams, I pick it up. Pick it up. Move on. I don't see them struggling as much as I see another team on this list as we move further down.
Okay.
That are in the same division. I'll point them out to you later. You know who they probably are, but that's just me. Thank you. But Jesus. I was going to point out one last thing. Stafford's elbow, I don't know. I don't want to be a doctor, but I don't know if that's the reason why his passes were mainly just 5-yard, 10-yard, 15-yard check, just quick little. Well, I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, he
I
had a
didn't
tight
notice that.
spiral, but
Yeah.
like they weren't. It wasn't like. I mean, there was one play. What was it? Cup was like way out there, and it was like he beat his man, and then the ball was like 20 yards to the left of him, or something like that.
Yep.
Or like not 20, but like 10. It was just like either miscommunication or something. But I don't know. I don't want to say that Matthew Stafford's elbow's the problem. I don't think it is. They said it was healthy, but they also said Todd Gurley was better than ever. So who knows?
You said Todd Gurley?
Yeah. You remember that when?
Yeah,
remember when
he came back and they're like, "He's good to go," and we're like, "I know he ain't."
Yeah. So again, I still believe in Stafford. Stafford's gonna, I think, have a great year. I still think he's gonna have a fine year.
It's a serious question,
game,
though. It's a question,
but who knows?
When he's not throwing 50-50 balls, that the only counter argument to that could be he had no time, so he's like, "Get the ball out of my hands," because he did get sacked 7 times.
Yeah.
But then there's that throw the cup where you're like, it's a head scratcher. So that could definitely be a factor. We got to watch out for that.
Yeah, but he also had some dimes. So who knows?
Yeah.
I could just be stupid. Let's move on to this game that happened in Atlanta.
Brandon, you can kick this off because I got some stuff to say.
We know we have a buddy watching soon. He's excited to hear our opinions about this. But
he's gonna fucking
classic Atlanta, baby. I mean, there's not a better story than Atlanta. What they have? They had 26 points on them, or 23, and the Saints had 10. I mean, at first it looked like Jesus. Like what's happening here? Does Atlanta have a team, or is it the Saints are bad, or like I don't know. Demario Davis looked a little shaky. I don't know. I think he's gonna be fine. Demario Davis looked a little slow, but great linebacker. But the Falcons choking that game is always just classic NFL.
It is very classic.
There's nothing else. Mariota, I didn't watch too much of this game, however, because I was busy in Chicago, but
very busy.
I mean, Falcons, Drake London looked good. Drake London looked like a star, I think. Like Drake London, I mean, they looked real. That O-line looked a lot better. I mean,
really?
I think that O-line, based off of what I saw, someone's probably going to be like, dude, he got sacked like 5 times. And I'm like, oh, never mind. But, I mean, Saints, what a comeback. I mean, Michael Thomas, honestly, that's who I wanted to point on. That's
credit
who stood out to me, the 2 wide receivers. And I'm talking about Michael Thomas and Jarvis Landry. I mean, those guys clutched the hell up.
They really
Michael
did.
Thomas is just in the red zone is disgusting.
Adrian Terrell made his match.
Oh yeah, Jesus
he
Christ!
Got
I think. Yeah, I'm really excited for this next week. This Tampa Saints game. I think that's what it is.
That's always a benchmark for the season.
But yeah, so I mean, Michael Thomas looked honestly like he said that 2019 self. In my opinion, I mean, just as good. And then Jarvis Landry had some amazing catches. Like this dude at the
really?
I think Winston bombed it like 30, 40 yards, and Jarvis just jumps over like at least one corner with another corner next to him,
Jarvis,
and just mosses him. I mean, that dude looks like he's right at home. Honestly, looks like he was the Jarvis Landry we saw in Miami. Chris Olave, I don't know, and then Alvin Kamara, a little slow,
a little quiet.
A little quiet, a little unlikely of him. I fully expect him to just turn it up one of these weeks. So it's
I hope so. Shit, he's my first round pick. I'm rooting for him.
But yeah, I mean, interesting game. Honestly, great for the Saints to come back and win that. Hats off to them. Congrats on Dennis Allen's first coaching win. And I'm sure there's going to be a lot more this season. What do you got, Cade?
This is like, okay, so you take the Rams game against the Bills. You see holes in the Rams. It's week 1. Week 1 doesn't always write the entire story, but it gives good hints. The Rams had clear holes at the offensive line. They couldn't get anything going.
Yep.
At all. So then you take it to this game with the Saints getting blown out by the Falcons. Our Saints fan friend, we brought up Marcus Mariota, and he was just trashing him for like a whole minute and a half. And this dude was up 26-3 on them. They were kicking the hell out of them. And then all of a sudden they came back. Credit where it's due. They did come back. Good win by them. Great catches by Michael Thomas, making plays everywhere on the field. But this is like the good side of this is the Saints had a good flash. Like you saw what they could be. It's a good thing. You saw the good in them. Like you definitely saw the bad. They're about to lose to the Falcons, which should not happen. But you saw the good in them. The Rams are like, what are they going to do? Like those are the two pieces of the puzzle. Like obviously it's a win-loss, but I'm not even looking at the scores here. I'm just looking at how they played. So I think the Saints are showed like who they can be. And if they're just going to be inconsistent all season, that's fine. They're going to be an 8-9 team. They're going to be a 9-8 team. It's going to be just fine. But if they can put it together during October, late October, November, then that's where they start to emerge to a playoff team, and they can make a run in the NFC because the NFC is pretty weak this year.
Oh yeah. I like that. I like that a lot. Anything else you got to add, or we ready to move on to
that's pretty much it.
The next game? Well, next game is also another banger, if you ask me. I mean, geez, Baker Mayfield's revenge game didn't quite get there. Nope. Cade York had something to say about that, but
Cade York went crazy.
Cade York, that dude, I thought that field goal was missed. I really did. You see it curve and curve, and then it just sits right in the middle. I mean, and it hit the back of the net. I mean,
really?
Jesus Christ. Yeah, the boot on this kid is insane. Like, but overall, you saw flashes of what the Panthers can be on offense, at least.
Yeah.
I didn't watch too much of their defense. I mean, Jacoby Brissett, so like we'll know more when they play opponents like the Saints, opponents like, whoever they play. Opponents like, I think they play the Eagles, maybe. I know they play the Bills, which is going to be a little interesting. But
that'll be fun.
But yeah, no, Baker looked okay. I mean, of course, he had the thing with the botched snaps a lot.
Yeah,
so he had some butterfingers, I heard.
Not a good look.
Not a great look, but I think we can get that under control.
Yeah.
Christian McCaffrey, a little quiet, but that's first game back, a little quiet.
He scored. He scored. Not many yards,
he
though,
scored
right?
a goal line.
Like
he
yards
got 33 yards and a touchdown or something. But
that was pretty quiet for him.
Baker had a bomb to Robbie Anderson. I don't know if you saw that.
Oh
my God, that was beautiful. He steps out of that, and he was kind of on almost not really his back foot, but he was in motion and just slings one. And of course, Robbie Anderson torches corners, and Sam Darnold last year couldn't do that. Get it to him.
No, God.
And so Robbie Anderson just right in the breadbasket, just whoom.
That's awesome.
And that thing was beautiful. And I mean, that's kind of the flashes that I see and I expect from the Panthers moving forward.
Okay, I like it.
DJ Moore, I didn't hear too much about him. I didn't hear, he was kind of quiet, I think, that today.
His name didn't come up much.
Yeah, but the Browns look like what we expect the Browns to be.
Without
I think
Jacoby
Brissett had some great throws, some like what are you doing kind of throws. Like what was that? Amari Cooper quiet. Kareem Hunt looked very solid. Nick Chubb is Nick Chubb. Kareem Hunt kind of ran over that defense a little bit more than I think Panthers fans would like.
Oh, they really did.
But I could see both of these teams having a solid year. I could see. I actually see the Panthers having a little bit more of a solid year than the Browns.
More
definitely
upside for sure.
But I mean, you handle that. I mean, the kick was unfortunate. I mean, Baker did lead them back from the comeback.
He did. No, Baker, he did. He did decent.
So I mean, being down, I forget how much they were down, but Baker did bring them back in the second half and did bring them all the way. And then Cade York hits this boot.
Absolute just built like that.
And just good for that kid. Good for the Browns. Good win. But we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens going forward. Like you said, week one. I mean, it gives you a hint, but you
never know.
See sparks. You never know. What do you got to say? Anything?
Honestly, since Baker didn't win, I just kind of wrote this game off and didn't care about it anymore. So, no, I'm good. I am good.
That's kind of true. I did really, really want Baker to win. I really
win
did.
So bad. I was like, I don't even care what happened.
Yeah, that's kind of how it was. I just saw the kick and I was like, wow.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
Yeah,
okay. Well,
Brandon was at, for y'all who don't know, Brandon was at this game in Chicago. He goes to the first home Chicago game every single year. So he was there. So Brandon, take it away. Give me your insights.
Yeah. So great. I mean, that game, of course, me being a lifelong Bears fan, nothing could bring me down. Not even that weather. I kid you not. Me and my dad were there, and we're standing there waiting for the tickets, and I'm sitting there just not even on a poncho, and I'm like, I'm fine, and I'm just getting soaked, and my dad's just looking at me like, you idiot. And I'm just sitting there. I was like, okay, maybe I'll put the poncho on, but I put it on, and we had fun. It was a great game. It was awesome seats, and hell of a crowd. There was a lot of Niners fans there. Niners fans travel real well.
Like it was red in the stands.
Yeah, there were some red spots, and I was like, "What is happening right now?"
It's raining right now.
Yeah, but on the game, literally a tale of two halves, right?
Oh, completely.
The first half, I kid you not, I was listening to all these Bears fans just, God dang it, man. And just like, it seemed like Nick Bosa and everybody, like kind of what people probably expected more of was that first half was just like the absolute abomination. Well, the O-line, because I'm sure, whatever the media says about how it didn't improve. And, we did put Braxton Jones, our 5th round rookie, on like Nick Bosa sometimes. And it was, yeah, but
did he hold
you sign up for that. Just like the Panthers put Ekwonu on Myles Garrett. It's just
that's a first game.
Yeah, so it's just hell of a first game for these rooks. And but yeah, we literally got nothing done this first half, and it was raining a little bit. I'll tell you, like at the start, we thought it was raining. Like me and my dad were like, "Oh, this is some rain. It's different." And we're sitting in the lower bowl, right? And we're getting some rain. We thought it was a lot of rain, right? And then we get to the second half, right? So you go in 10-zip to the second half. We all come back, we get a good beer in, and then we come back, and we just start lighting it up almost.
Yeah, we're going off.
What I will say, the defense wasn't like the defense was there all game. The defense was there. We saw the Brisker recovery on the fumble from Jalen Johnson doing the peanut punch. That was immaculate. That was awesome. But it was like you said, it flipped. Something clicked. Something that coach said. Coach Eves, Coach
Fleece, hell of a halftime speech.
And these guys looked motivated. They didn't let up at all. That defense still stayed who they were, and they were getting to Trey Lance faster than it seemed like Nick Bosa was getting to.
They were eating
for a second, and it seemed like Robert Quinn and Dominic Robinson. He said he found out something in the film that Trent Williams has a give. Like he steps. He when it's a pass play, he steps more like back twice or something like that, or he taps his foot twice or something when it's a pass play.
Wow.
And so that's what he used to his advantage. And that's
he told Twitter that?
He said in one of the post games post game.
Get rid of it now. What is he doing?
Yeah.
What is he doing? Then, that's cool though.
Yeah. But hell of a game for the rookie. Actually, one of our player of the game because he did that one-handed Trey Lance just grab and threw him to the ground. But I got to hand it to Debo. Debo still looked like Debo. Debo looked great. Filthy. Our defense just held Debo in check a little bit. He scored, but it was a goal line. Debo's probably going to score mainly on the goal line a lot.
Yep.
It's hard to cover those, but. I'll get back on track with the Justin Fields. Justin Fields again finally scrambled. I kid you not, the emotion in that stadium was insane because the first half came out that Justin Fields was just had no time. Right, he had nothing. He had no time. He had 2 gloves on. Wasn't exactly how Justin likes to play. We tried to get him out a couple times, didn't quite work. And finally, this one play kind of just click that offense, and that was the play with Dante Pettis that we all know.
Yeah, Pettis,
where it looked like, I kid you not, the whole stadium felt like, oh crap! It's just we thought they were just Bosa was going to wrap him up somewhere, but Justin Fields pulled that magic on it, did what Justin Fields does best, rolls out, and sure enough, I kid you not, when he threw that ball across, that ball seemed like it was in the air for solid
20 seconds. He
20 seconds.
It.
Everybody in the stadium, you could just hear the holy crap. And we saw Pettis wide open and the whole stadium just erupts. We were just like,
That's
And like
awesome.
I'm jumping on my dad, like, oh, he did it. We're back in this. And I mean, the stadium, that's when we just got live. I mean, we got loud on defense. You could hear the stadium. If you watch replays, you hear the stadium in the third and fourth quarter just go ape shit. And honestly, that's when it just kept cooking, right? And then you got the St. Brown touchdown. The two brothers scored in 3 minutes of each other. That was
so
a beautiful
cool.
ball. He just goes right behind that safety and just catches a beautiful ball, and you could see the emotion in them just throwing the ball and just getting ready to roll. And that's when we took that lead and really didn't give up. And I mean, the Khalil Herbert rushing touchdown, that's going to happen. Khalil Herbert's a monster. Just you put David in there too, that's going to happen too. But I also want to. I know I'm just dragging on about the Bears game, but
you were there, dude. I want to hear. I never even asked you.
But I mean, the O-line also just improved. I mean,
that's good.
There's a bunch of stats on PFF. I don't need to pull them up right now because it can take 5 minutes to find them. But they had a bunch of stats where they actually didn't give up that many like sacks or QB touches. Really, I mean, in the second half, they kind of held Bosa and all them in check. Really, I mean, they were planting them. I mean, there's a video of Tevin Jenkins, I think, like throwing Bosa to the ground in one point.
Ooh.
And
that's what we like.
I mean, it's pretty awesome because of the just the O-line and everybody just seemed to click. And then that Eddie Jackson pick just set us on fire. I mean, when he almost returned
dude.
and you saw vintage Eddie Jackson, which we've seen interceptions, but I mean, they've all like in the past like 2 years, they've all gotten like called back on some BS flag or penalty. So like, you're just like he technically, I think there's a stat he hasn't had a pick since like 2019, and that was pretty special. And then of course I got to talk about the slide. I got to talk about the
end game. A video of that.
I do have a video of that. You guys will see that video very soon in a new video that we're both coming out with. But yeah, that slide was something because no one expected it, and I was pretty close. I sat next to. I actually saw Bear Man. I could have taken a picture with. Oh yeah, he was a couple rows like down. That's where I sat, and I sat on like the corner end zone, and I went down there because like all the 49ers left, like right as like right as they like picked it off, or like right as Khalil Herbert scored, they just left, and like I said, I like. When I told you we thought the rain was coming down in the first quarter, no, this in the fourth quarter, it just trenched downfalled. And like it just like you were just sitting there just getting pounded by rain. The steps looked like waterfalls.
On TV, it was crazy. You couldn't even like see what's going on.
Oh yeah. And I mean the field was just soaking up. I mean, everyone's like, oh, what a shitty field, but I mean that's just gonna happen with grass, natural grass. It's just gonna mud. And I mean, the slide was just just put a bow on it, honestly, just like a huge win in everybody's book. I mean, wow. Yeah, they didn't, but to like the stats of the game and like I mean, the experience was great. I loved being there. It was the best game I've ever been to by far.
Let's go.
But overall, like analyzing the game, I think Justin Fields looked great. He did. With when the O-line finally got their step and their movement, I mean, I think that offense kind of flowed a little bit better. David Montgomery had some big runs, not anything spectacular, but some good moving runs. He had this one play. I will say, Justin Fields, that was spectacular.
What happened?
There was one play, I think, like Bosa and Armstead, or Eric Armstead, just like wrap up. Like you just see basically like Fields getting engulfed like he normally you normally saw last year. And he just kind of like flicks the ball over to Montgomery, and Montgomery just breaks like 3 people's ankles and just runs it like 20 yards. And it was amazing. But Trey Lance, I mean, you can't, of course, judge the first start of Trey Lance on one game. I get that. The whole weather, I get what 49ers fans are saying. Oh, well, Trey Lance. Well, I don't want to hear the weather game of Trey Lance hasn't played in the weather, though, because Trey Lance did grow up in Minnesota and also play in NDSU. So, like, he had to deal with some weather. Of course, he probably hasn't dealt with maybe a monsoon in his first NFL game, of course. That's a little different. But so, like, you saw some flat. You saw a couple nice passes to like Ayuk. Ayuk, he had a nice bullet that almost got tipped at least by a bear. To one of them, Jennings or something like that. It was. I would say there's hope. There's like I wouldn't start just. There's reports on like Hurd just saying like, oh, do you give up on like?
No,
is
we're
Trey
not writing
Lance,
him
like,
off.
do you give the keys to Garoppolo now? And it's just like, listen, you gotta give the kid some time, okay? Like, yeah. And he has the Garoppolo cloud hanging over his shoulders now.
That's not.
But yeah, I don't want to say too much because of course I'm going to say,
playoffs.
Yeah, but I mean, it's a lot to hear because like, I think a lot of people expected the Bears to go in and just get whooped.
I thought you were get the shit kicked out of you. I'm not. I'm just being honest. Yeah,
I didn't. I actually talked to a guy before the game, and he was like, "So what do you think?" And I was like, "I actually think we're going to surprise a lot of people this year." And that was my words of advice. So like I went in, of course, thinking it wasn't going to be some whooping. I thought we would surprise people, and we did.
Oh yeah, you did.
It's funny how the media didn't really touch on it too much, but that's okay. But I liked what I of course like what I saw. I think it shows the adversity of our team. I think it shows a great coaching staff, and I think our team looks. I mean, great. I'm ready for Green Bay. I'm excited. I should say. I'm not.
He wants Rodgers.
Yeah. I mean, we of course want every Bears fan wants Rodgers. We just want to get that win. We finally have been waiting for in Lambeau since like 2016 or something like that. It's just come on. But if you have anything about the game, go ahead.
I thought the Niners had one of the best rosters. I still think they have a pretty good one.
Oh yeah.
It was on the road. Now I do get people say, "Oh, 49ers are pass centric." No, they're not. They run the ball. They have Kittle. They have a plethora of running backs. It's Kyle Shanahan. Okay, he finds a way to run the ball.
Yep.
With everyone. So I don't want to hear that excuse. They're not pass centric. They should have figured out how to win this. To be honest with you, they should have. Like if they were who we thought they were, they should have had a way to win this. But it is week one. But yeah, so that's
I understand.
That's point one. Point two. Trey Lance did play in a dome at NDSU. I will say that, but he grew up in Minnesota. He did grow up in Minnesota, so you're not wrong there.
NDSU does have a dome. That's right. I do remember that.
And then 3. This is a statement win for the Bears. It's what you want going into the season. I think there's no better way y'all could have started the season off, to be honest with you. And now it's just going to be, can y'all keep Fields upright? Because y'all see now we can see what Fields can do when he's upright. He's not bad at all. And then from there, we'll see. Sky's the limit, man. We'll go as far as Fields and the O-line will take him.
Yeah. No, I love that. The only thing I'd say about that is, of course, 49ers fans are going to say, "Oh, well, we didn't have George Kittle." Well, crap. I mean, injuries happen. It sucks.
Dude,
it's the NFL.
It's football.
Get used to it.
George Kittle's not a 9-point difference player. He's great. He's not that big a difference.
Yeah, but, I mean, the way our defense was playing, I feel like we could have handled George Kittle in that. I mean, the way our defense was playing, Roquan was a sideline to sideline. He didn't miss a beat. But amazing game. I loved it. It was fantastic. It was awesome. Let's go down to the surprise. A little bit of a shocker, in my opinion.
Very to me.
Not in my opinion. I think in the whole NFL world opinion.
Mitch Bird. We go.
Oh, baby. I mean, you take this one. I talked a lot with the Bears, so you go first.
Personally, I thought the Bengals were going to come out, kick some teeth in, but this seems to be the theme. Everything I thought was going to happen last week literally didn't happen. If I bet, I would have lost so much money. So glad I didn't. Steelers, they just look gritty, man. They were just they were playing good D. One bit. What didn't Burrow throw 4 picks?
Yeah. Oh my God, that defense was all over him. There was one where it was like an unfortunate bop up, and then Chris Hayward was like, "Oh look, the ball," and just caught it, and I was like, "Okay, well that's something that just is unfortunate." But I mean, that's football. But
that's football. Fitzpatrick ran it back on him for that pick 6.
That was good.
That helped them, of course. Like if you have a pick 6, you're almost bound to win that game. And it was just a statement win by the Steelers. Like they're better than we thought they were. It was at the Bengals' house.
Mm-hmm.
Joe Burrow looks unsettled. He'll be just fine. We know he'll be just fine. But it shows when he doesn't have time, you can still get in his head.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, for sure. No, I understand. I mean, it was weird to me because I thought that O-line would be 2 times as better as it was last year.
What the hell?
And to hear them just get 5 or what, Joe Burrow got sacked like 7 times or something like that.
Yeah, like what changed? What's new?
Ridiculous. And I don't know what. Yeah, I don't know what changed in that. I mean, him and Jamar still look like that LSU duo. I mean, him and Jamar at clutch time are still unbelievable. That I wouldn't be worried if I was a Bengals fan.
I'm not.
I mean, the Steelers. I said it before T.J. Watt went down with an unfortunate pec injury, but I was like, I looked at my dad and I was like, because we were sitting at a bar or something, like watching replays. I was like, Jesus, is the Iron Curtain back? Like, what is happening?
They look good.
They looked really good. They looked strong. And then Mitch looked like a starter, in my opinion.
Yeah, he did.
There were some, I will say there were some questionable throws where he overthrew his receiver, and you're like, well, that's Mitch.
That's Mitch, bro.
That's going to happen. But, won them the game. You can't win it without a decent quarterback, I don't think so.
Division win on the road.
Yeah, great win, and they made a statement. I think that field goal block was insane. Micah Fitzpatrick is playing for Defensive Player of the Year.
Dude, he's playing his ass off.
Yeah, that dude is something. I mean, that dude might be the best safety in the league.
He's filthy.
But yeah, great win by the Steelers. Honestly, I wasn't expecting it at all. So congrats to the Steelers, and I'm gonna go to you real quick as we go to this interesting one, probably one of the better games, honestly. If you ask me,
it was pretty electric.
Seasons or the week,
and, whole season,
the whole season. But I'm going to let you take the reins on this one.
All right, out the gate. I'll tell you the takeaways, man. I'm not going to replay the game. You all saw it. If you didn't see it, then go watch replays. It was a pretty good game. Pretty much, Eagles got up on us, and we tried to come back. We got it pretty close. We onsided it, and they stretched it again. And then from there, it was just opportunities became this close. Should we offsided it? Pick 6 by Goff with miscommunication from TJ and him. He tried to do a stick route, thought it was a stick and nod. Therefore, it's obviously going to be picked off of the linebacker. So little things, pick 6. Maybe he doesn't onside it there. Honestly, I don't know why Dan Campbell onsided it. But hey, man, that's the thing. He likes to go on 4th down. He likes to onside things. So live by the sword, die by the sword. You can't pick and choose. But what we learned, the Eagles are who we thought they were. They're fucking good. Okay, like they are good, and we knew that. I thought they were going to be really good going in, and they are very good. They're talented. I think they could have hung a lot more on us. We got a lot of penalties. That doesn't happen a lot for the Lions. Like they missed 1 or 2. Like Dan Campbell got informed. Like Lions get royally screwed on penalties, like with crazy stuff that loses them the game. But this one, we got a lot of pass interference and holding on the defense and little things that usually don't happen. It was almost like the Texas-Alabama game, not quite as bad, but it was driving us down the field, but we couldn't do anything.
Yeah.
So got to take that into – I think it was closer than it really was. I think the Lions really – like you say pick 6 away, we would win that game, but it didn't quite feel like that. I think the real score, take this score away, I think it's about 38 to like 30. It's a one possession game still, but it's a little bit larger than that. But we found the Lions, they got the firepower now. Like they can drive the ball. They stall out because Jared Goff is not an elite quarterback and he can't make things happen when everyone's not all clicking. But they have they got it. The defense, we don't know how good they are. I know the corners are pretty good. We got Amani and Okuda. Okuda looked good, man. Not like elite, but he looked good for coming off an Achilles. Limiting his reps. And then the second Will Harris went in. He got embarrassed immediately, and that's okay, man. You're young. I get you used to play safety as your first year as a corner. But the corners, we got a good starting lineup. We definitely got a shot to hit the playoffs, but it's just going to be, can our depth do it? That's what the Lions, that's going to be the story of this year. Can we stay healthy? Is their depth going to be good enough? It's not, we're not quite that team. Next year, the depth could be there, but that's not this year. So we'll see what goes on. We found out the Lions got some firepower, and we have some more on the way with J-Mo. And if Goff can throw it farther than 35 yards, then it's going to be fun to watch.
Oh yeah, no, I honestly I liked what I saw with the Lions. The Lions were a fast team. It looked like. I mean,
they're moving.
Amani
Yeah,
did. I mean, I think the best he could with covering AJ Brown, and then
that shit's hard.
being all over the place and trying to be the number one corner. And I mean, he did well. What did he pick off Hurts or no?
I don't think so. I should know that. I watched the game.
Swatted a ball from. He covered well. I think. I know people are going to be like, "Well, didn't AJ Brown get like 119 on him?" And it's like, "Well, yeah,
There was a lot of
AJ
slant
Brown's
routes
gonna
and
do that,
RPOs and the dude's big. He's not in a shutdown.
Yeah.
It's hard to shut him down.
Yeah, so it's just overall, AJ Brown's going to score yardage. He's a great player. So that's not all on Amani, and I think Amani's going to be a great cornerback, or he is. And of course, I loved what I saw with Malcolm Rodriguez.
Dude, he looked great.
My Cowboy. But
he looked great.
Yeah, he's a beast. I always knew he'd be a beast. And
you did.
that's who I was going to point out. I loved what I saw from the wide receivers. Honestly, I love St. Brown. I love the way you use St. Brown, and I love the way Chark fit in perfectly with this scheme. It seemed like because Chark lit it up. Honestly, Chark was great.
Yeah, he did well.
Yeah, and then there's no way I'm not going to touch on number 32, DeAndre Swift, man.
Dude,
Swift looked a little disgusting. That was pretty rough.
God.
That dude needs to stop.
Lions fans have known this. Like, he's that dude.
He is that dude.
There's these fans going, keep him in the game. Guys, it's 17 games. We can't have him catching 10 passes and 30 rushes. He will get hurt. Just like he got hurt last year, he'll get hurt. So you got to limit him. That's why we have Jamal Williams.
Yeah. I actually got an update today. I think he missed practice with an ankle injury right now.
He did. See, he's already hurt. You got to fucking limit this dude.
Yeah, limit him. But, I mean, honestly, he's a star when he's in. A lot to look forward to. It's gonna be long. It's gonna be a great season. But let's go to this tie game real quick. Let's touch on this. I know neither of us basically watched this game.
What happened? What is going on? I thought the Colts were going to be in the running this. What is going on?
I have no idea. Come on. I don't have much to say about it, honestly. Like the Texans, I mean, Jesus, like
this is
Davis
just one
Mills,
of those games
maybe?
you look at and you're like, if this is real, we'll find out by next week. If by real, I mean the Colts are ass and the Texans are good. But I think it doesn't really mean anything. And
if the Texans beat the Broncos at home, I swear to God, it's going to be the most hilarious thing for Broncos fans.
They will be clinically depressed.
That I don't know if Hackett's going to have a job. No, I'm just kidding. But I mean, the Texans. I mean, who knows?
Let's get
a timey. Let's talk it over, E. That's great. But Texans Colts a little confusing. John Taylor, don't think he had that many yards. He did. Yeah, he did. No, he actually ran really well. They just kept him out of the end zone. I think he had like 120 or he did well. He did well. He was the whole team. But I mean, obviously not enough to break a tie. What a start for the AFC South, right?
That sounds right. Yeah. That's terrible.
Let's go to this another AFC squad rivals that went in, and Dolphins Patriots. Dolphins looked fast. They looked really good. Shut down that Mac Jones offense. I mean,
is this the end of Patricia? Of course, it's the end of Patricia.
He's in there. Yeah, Joe Judge, Patricia, and
calling
Belichick.
The plays. Apparently, I don't know what the hell. Is this the end of Belichick?
I have no idea.
It's smelling like it.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, the Dolphins always play the Patriots well, so we're going to know a little bit more here in the next coming weeks. The Dolphins, I think, are like 4-0 against the Patriots in their home in the last couple seasons or something in Miami. I don't think in Gillette Stadium, but interesting. I mean, the defense was all over Mac Jones, and then that offense. There was a Tua throw that I think we all know.
I think it got batted.
Okay, that makes more sense because he just threw it right at his feet. I
went to the comments, everyone's like, it got batted, and I was like, that makes sense because if that didn't get batted, that was one of the worst fucking throws I've ever seen. It was absolutely awful.
Yeah, and then but there was another throw that was a dicey 50-50 ball that he threw up against a Pat safety and Tyreek Hill. I mean, Tyreek Hill is a great receiver for coming down with this, but that throw,
A little shaky.
that throw was up there. And if that was Jalen Ramsey, if that was what's another if that was Gilmore, someone
J.
in that
Alexander.
division, yeah, anyone. Honestly, I mean, I don't know how that corner didn't come down with it. I mean, Tyreek Hill's a great ball player, so. Hats off to the Dolphins. Jalen Waddle looked good. That O-line looks solid. It's up to Tua. Still, it's up to Tua. What else?
Heck
What
yeah.
else we got? What else?
The
we got the
Jets.
Ravens and Jets. That's what do we think?
We know the Jets are going to be bad this year. We know the Ravens. I don't care about this game.
Lamar looked good.
Expected. Yeah, Lamar. Pay the man, dude.
Yeah.
Here we go. I got something to talk about.
The contract.
Yeah. Dude, you have Dak getting paid this much money, and you either have a quarterback or you don't. So I'm not saying don't pay Dak. Like maybe I am. Like he got paid a little bit much, but you can see the difference. Lamar doesn't have the same weaponry, and I know he's got a better line and everything. But y'all call him a running back, and he outplayed.
Oh, he's not a running back.
No, I know he outplayed a man who has a current contract. By far, he played fantastic. He showed what he is when he doesn't have a ton of wide receivers, one tight end, and a stable. Like he looked great. That's all I'm going to say. Pay the man; he deserves it.
Yeah, I mean, I think the Jets did all they really could on defense. I think their corner is actually pretty good. DJ Reed or something, I think, and then Sauce Gardner didn't allow much. I mean, they have a future. It's just the Ravens. I think the Ravens and the Duvernay and Bateman, I mean, they both look good. They look solid. They look like they have a great connection with Lamar, and it's gonna be fun. Let's go to the Jags and Commanders. That was a game.
Is Wentz back?
Is Wentz back? I don't know.
Wentz is that dude.
I mean, you guys play him next week or this week. This week.
Let's go. Let's go. He's playing Wentz.
We'll see.
If we lose to the Commanders, I might lose my shit. I would just be so like.
It's just
sad.
Like, oh god.
They're like, so it's not this year. It's next year. That's all to me. I'll be like, okay, next year I'll get mad, but this year I'm just putting the hopes back down.
Yeah.
Go on. We're going to talk about this game.
NTN looked a little weird, a little shaky. That James Robinson looked really good. I think he came off of an Achilles injury, and then I mean, Christian Kirk looked good. That defense, that Trayvon Walker looks solid. Trayvon Walker looks like he could be a key to that defense. That was a great pick. He ate. Not much else to say. I think about Lawrence's pregame speech is a little underwhelming. Jesus, that was.
You just said it. Oh my terrible.
God! Yeah, man couldn't motivate me to make a sandwich. Like Jesus Christ, that dude. It was just rough. I mean, he needs to work on it. But Commanders. That defense looks solid. I don't know how many takeaways they had or anything. It is the Jaguars, but that offense looked good. That offense, Antonio Gibson looked good. Gianna Doxson looked very solid. That catch was immaculate. That catch was insane.
He's a good player, dude.
Oh yeah, and then Curtis Samuel coming off of finally healthy Curtis Samuel.
Let's go, Curtis.
Weapon.
Let's go.
That dude is dangerous. Like that dude is all over the field. Ron Rivera knows how to use him. He used him, I think, in Carolina, and I'm sure he loves him here. Wentz looked good. Wentz looked really solid.
Wentz looked good.
So
smell the roses, man. Smell the roses.
Yeah, hopefully he can keep it. But I mean, Wentz looked really good. I'm rooting for him. Commander Carson, let's roll.
Let's go, Commander.
Giants, Titans.
I don't
Come on,
care.
Titans. Come on, Titans.
Saquon Barkley's back.
Saquon Barkley is back.
He's back, and I'm so happy.
Yeah, he looks
Football
good.
is better when he's good.
Oh, yeah. Football is so much more entertaining, and the Giants are at least bearable to watch. I mean,
exactly.
Again, I didn't watch too much of this. I saw Derrick Henry got like tossed by a linebacker, which looked interesting. He just got thrown. I was like, oh,
he was airborne, but it was bad.
Yeah.
Put a foot on the good. Put 2 feet on the ground, buddy. It's dangerous out there.
And then, I mean, the Titans just gave that up. I mean, when do you think they put Malik in? I'm not saying that's all Tannehill's fault, but like I mean,
Yeah.
Jesus,
I think
I don't know how
I
you
think
blow that
Tannehill
lead.
played well, but he did blow it.
Yeah. You got to do more than that. And then
You
they
do.
miss a kick or something. I think they missed they missed a kick. It's just these kickers, man. You get one or you don't. Like it's just
Exactly.
like, gee, you got it or you don't.
The weirdest thing is like these kickers will be like Blankenship got cut.
Yeah.
These kickers will be top 5 in the league and they're killing it. And it's just all mental. They'll have one game where they just miss like 7 PATs or 7 kicks, and you're like, who is this bum?
Yeah.
And after that, they're just like either never the same again. There's about a 30% chance that there's never the same again after a game like that.
Yeah.
It's the weirdest thing. They just turn into different people.
Yeah.
So I pray to God that doesn't happen to the Titans kicker. Who is that? Do you know? I couldn't tell you.
No, I don't know. I forgot.
All right, well, we're rooting for you, buddy. Keep your head. Go to therapy. Do something. We're rooting for your job.
Yeah, but Giants, a lot of hope. I think. Hope.
It's a new franchise.
Yeah, I'm not going to count him out. Dabble's the new coach. Congrats on the win. You could say what a comeback. Congrats. It was great. Saquon, great player. Daniel Jones looked solid. I think Daniel Jones looked pretty decent.
Danny Dimes.
And then I thought I was going to touch on something else, but I guess not. Yeah, Saquon's back. That's all we got to know.
Saquon's back.
They play the Panthers this next week, so we'll see there. We'll see which team.
Cool. I like that.
Let's see what team actually is. Let's see what team is actually ready for maybe the next step. And then
Thunderdome.
The Thunderdome. Let's go. This was actually the team I was talking about when I mentioned it at the beginning of the episode. If you watched this far, and then hopefully you did. This was the team that I expect to just not do very well. I'm not going to lie.
Cardinals?
Yes. That is
okay.
No, I again, first week, I don't. It's Mahomes. It's the Chiefs. I get it.
Yeah.
That defense just looked so messed up.
Bleh. Yeah.
And then Kyler just got tarnished by these. I mean, they still put up 21, solid 3 touchdowns, but I mean, Jesus. I mean, yeah, I need more. I just going off of those past 2 seasons of the post, you make the wild card. You got what were they going 8-0, and then you just drop it.
It was the Lions.
Yeah. And then Chiefs look good though. I'm not going to hate on the Cardinals. I just said I'm just saying that's the team I think could end up at the very bottom of that division.
Okay, I understand.
So I could be totally wrong, and they could go.
That's a hot one.
Yeah, so that's a hot take. But Chiefs look good to Mahomes. Mahomes is going to be Mahomes.
Mahomes,
no surprises there.
He's proven to me, one of the doubters. He's proven me wrong. He put up 44 week 1 with no Tyreek Hill. So props to him.
Oh yeah, and I mean, he looked so comfortable in that pocket and everything, and
he was chilling.
Everything. Yeah, he's good. I mean, he's great. Good for Mahomes. Good win. Everybody looked good on that team. He passed to 7 different receivers.
But just spread it out.
That's going to be real interesting. The Chiefs, and we have Chiefs Chargers tomorrow, so I'm real excited about that one. We're gonna go.
I was I saw just the Chargers on my brain, and that game already happened. I was like, he's talking about the game tomorrow. Is it really Chiefs Chargers tomorrow?
Yeah, it's Chiefs Chargers on Prime Video.
That's sweet. Prime Video. That's so weird to say.
I know. And then let's go to the last couple games here. We'll fly through these a little bit. Chargers Raiders. I actually watched this game. I watched a little bit of this game, and Davante Adams looked like Davante Adams. I can say that about the Raiders. I mean, Jesus Christ, Davante Adams. That's it. That's it.
Period.
Okay. Yeah. Josh Jacobs looked good. Josh Jacobs looked like he's the RB1. He looked really good. 50 something yards against that D line is pretty good in my opinion.
It's like honestly. A man who wants a contract.
Yes, that's what it looks like. Pay him.
Pay that man.
But yeah, Chargers, Jesus Christ, Justin Herbert. My God, that dude throws a beautiful ball. That dude just zips it in there. That ball has so much force.
It's a lot of velocity, Kirk.
I mean, they even lost Keenan Allen in the second quarter, and they literally it didn't even seem like it affected them that much. Keenan Allen's a huge part of that offense. Don't get me wrong. But I mean, that Justin Herbert just was like, all right, I'll just throw it right to these guys, and I mean, they all look good. Palmer, Everett. Did Everett play? Yeah, Everett scored, I think. They all looked solid. Mike Williams had a little bit of a quiet game, but I'm not worried.
He did.
Not worried.
No, I wouldn't be worried. He's going to get force fed this
he's going to
Thursday.
blow up. Yeah, Keenan Allen's not there. He's going to blow up. Great game by the Chargers. Khalil Mack looked great. I love Khalil Mack. I always will.
Yeah, that was a good move.
And that dude is going to have a hell of a year. Let's go to this game. I think we both like this game.
Let's go. Let's go.
Oh man. Yeah, sure. Oh god. Oh goodness. But
let's go.
What a game. What a game by Kevin O'Connell and the Vikings. I mean, yeah, turning that on and just after a Bears win and just seeing Kirk Cousins absolutely dice up. And Justin Jefferson looks like an MVP candidate, honestly. At least that's that year. At least offensive player. I mean, he's going to win one of those awards. Mark my words. I mean,
he will. Keep playing like that.
Oh, that dude is so good. That dude
cooking.
And then that defense, that Vikings defense looked revamped as hell.
Yeah,
I mean,
they did.
Like the corners kind of. I mean, there was Christian Watson torching Patrick Peterson, so I see that.
Just good enough. Good enough.
Just good enough. And then the corners, of course, I think can probably be the most worked on.
Easily.
But I mean, Harrison Smith had a good game. Those two edge rushers, though, Jesus Christ.
Eating.
Darius Smith and Delaney Hunter. Daniil Hunter. Sorry, Vikings fans.
Delaney.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, they looked real good. And then Rodgers just looked like he was just getting whooped.
He did throw a 75-yard bomb, but, like, the guy's a rookie on the road. Like, you got to – Colin Cowherd kind of explained this. It made a lot of sense. Like, he's on the road. His first NFL game. There's a lot of pressure on him. He's a second-round pick.
Yeah.
So it's good to drop that ball once or twice.
Yeah, you're wide open, and,
he's forced into starting as being a rookie. Like force is a bad thing, but like it's not a bad thing. But you know what I'm saying? Like he's put in a position he's never been in before.
Yeah,
on the road,
you're wide open, and you get a beautiful ball from Aaron Rodgers.
Those are the hardest, man.
Oh crap!
When it's like 10 feet and no one's around you, you just overthink it. You already start looking at the end zone. One of the two.
Yeah, and I mean, so Christian Watson is probably going to be just fine.
I'm not worried about him.
Yeah, that O line once they get healthy with Bakhtiari and that other guy Johnson or something, I think they'll be fine. I think. Packers fans, I wouldn't.
Don't sweat.
Too worried, yeah. I wouldn't be.
It's coming from lines of Bears fans.
Terribly worried. Yeah, okay. I mean, we'll see what happens to y'all week 2 with Justin Fields coming to Lambeau. But after that, we'll see what happens. We'll see we'll see if Packers fans have nothing to worry about, or if the Bears, if the media will actually call them maybe a real team this time.
Wait. You'll play the Packers this week?
Sunday night.
Are you serious? That makes it so much better.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god. Okay. Wow. It's gonna be. I'm fired up. I'm gonna be watching that game. Okay. Yeah. My weekend just got so much better.
It's gonna be awesome. And
let's go.
I can't wait. Yeah. Hell. We're gonna see. We're gonna see real quick. We're gonna see. And let's go to this Bucks Cowboys game. Let's bite the bullet.
Ew. Fucking gross. I was watching this in the casino. I'm not a degenerate. I'm working there right now.
All right.
I was watching it in the food court in the casino, and I was just like, this is gross, man. The Cowboys look terrible. Jerry Jones is sad again.
I mean, I don't want to put it down too much.
But they just couldn't do anything, and then Dak got hurt.
I mean, the Bucks had their number.
They did. Cowboy season's over. Sorry, guys. I'm telling you right now, it is over. It is over. And if you tell me it's not your own, because the two people they're supposed to be asked, the Giants and the Commanders didn't look half bad. So step 1, you're off to a bad start there. 2, more importantly, you're starting a quarterback who paid a ton of money, couldn't do anything to begin with, then got hurt.
Yep. Yeah, that's a good point.
Luck.
Yeah. I mean, the Bucks look real good. That defense looked even good. Better, honestly. I mean, it might just be the help from the Cowboys, but that defense looked real good. Akeem Hicks, I see my guy up there. Devin White, that dude's so good. Devin White is, oh my God.
White's a beast.
And then, but, We'll see what the Cowboys fans do. I don't want to just tarnish the Cowboys, but I mean, I'd watch out in that division. You could you could. Oh God, but you have a good point. Eagles, Giants, and Commanders all won except one of you, and then you got Now I get it. The Giants played the Titans. You can argue.
Yeah.
You could argue the Commanders play the Jaguars, and the Eagles play the Lions, a new Lions team.
Mm-hmm.
So not the
greatest. Whoa! You tarnished my Lions?
No, I just said a new Lions team. I just said but yeah. So we'll see, going forward. But I'd watch out. Of course, Dak's out. That's a huge blow.
It is
nothing worse. But Micah Parsons looked really good. I will say,
yeah,
Parsons looks just as solid as he did going off last season. Trayvon Diggs, put some respect on his name. He's pretty solid. He did what he could do. And then Mike Evans happened. Of course, Mike Evans is going to do that. Yeah, so rough. But let's cap it off here with the Broncos and the Seahawks.
This game blew my mind.
Honestly, yeah.
Brandon, I did not watch it. I just watched it on my phone. And I was literally about to go to the sports book, and I was good because I couldn't bet. Something malfunctioned. I wanted to, I couldn't. Thank God I didn't. I was going to go to the one game I knew I was going to hit. Russell Wilson is going to dice up his old team in Seattle against Geno Smith and Drew Lock. It's going to happen because Pete Carroll deserves it. I'm going to go up there and put $250 just on the money line. That's the safest money I could ever bet in my life. They lost. Brandon, tell me what happened. What's going on out there? Take me down.
First of all, the first opening drive with Geno Smith looked immaculate. Okay, right? Geno Smith went 13 for 13 actually to start the game. I don't know the yards. I think he went 13 for 13 for 110 or something like that, or something ridiculous. And that dude, he had an amazing play where he steps up, and it looks like that whole pocket collapsed, and he steps up, jumps over a person's leg or something, and kind of looks like he's about to take off and run, and then the whole Denver defense bites and just leaves Disley wide open, and he just tosses it to Disley, and Disley just scores right away. And right after that stadium didn't shut up once. That stadium, every play Russ was on the field was in his ear and didn't let up at all. It was amazing what I saw, because everybody on that Seattle offense looked good. that O-line honestly did pretty good for being what they were last year. And then DK looked solid. Lockett didn't. Of course, Lockett's gonna Tyler Lockett. They used the crap out of their tight ends. 2 tight ends, I think, scored. Geno has a hell of a ball. Jesus Christ. Geno's been waiting for this. You could tell Geno was highly motivated. He's been waiting for 8 years since he was a starter last.
That's awesome. Is that really the stat?
Yeah. And
that's crazy.
8 or 7 years, and he's been waiting for just that long to get that one start.
Man.
And it was real good. It sucks Jamal Adams went out with a quad injury, and actually turns out it's probably going to be the rest of the season.
Wow.
But I will say that defense looks very solid. I don't know too much about that D line. They did kind of tarnish that O line of the Broncos a little bit. They got to rust a little bit, but Brooks looks good. That linebacker probably going to be the face of that defense. And then the corners, the very young corners, they had a 5th round pick, Tariq Woolen, who I actually really liked coming out of college. He did very good against
Tariq Woolen,
yeah. And then
the UTSA.
Yeah.
Let's go. I was
all very, very, very solid, honestly. And then just overall, that good win for the Seahawks. Denver, well, you didn't look good, bud. And not good, bud.
No, you did not look good.
It just looked slow. It looked like they didn't really have much of a game plan, in my opinion, honestly.
There's calling plays, it works.
They had, of course, the Jerry Jeudy bomb was beautiful. Underthrown ball, actually. Jerry Jeudy had to stop, wrap it up, and then haul ass. And right on Jeudy, and they didn't get Cortland Sutton cooking until the second quarter, the second half.
I noticed that,
I thought I was going to win in fantasy for a second, and then they just started targeting the crap out of him, and I was like, okay, well, I lost. And then, but that red zone, Jesus Christ, that whole red zone. I mean, everybody on the red zone. I think it happened to the Seahawks. I think once too or something like that. But Seattle looked solid. They turned
Didn't
into a
Broncos
brick.
get within the red zone in the 10 line 4 times and only got 3 points?
They turned into just a stone wall at the end
crazy.
of in the red zone, and they recovered 2 fumbles or something. It was amazing. I mean, that defense. Who knows with Seattle? I mean, Seattle, that 12th man actually played a huge factor, I think, in that game. They were just lighting that place up. But
That's
overall, congrats to Geno Smith. Great win.
Geno.
We'll see what happens next week. The Broncos play the Texans, and then the Seahawks play someone. One of those 30 other teams.
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. But yeah, I mean that was the whole season wrapped up in a little bit of an hour. So not bad.
Yeah. That was the entire week 1. And now with this, we're gonna start doing but just like you saw, just me, Brandon talking. If we can't be together, we're gonna record together, of course, because that shit's fire. But we're just gonna be talking like this, just straight up. Y'all can listen to this when you drive to work, whatever you prefer. Or you're taking a shit, whatever you like to do.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we got one of these. We're going to have a sports betting segment done by me. We're going to have a fantasy start sit segment done by Brandon. And it almost be like our own personal video. So you get 2 sides from each side of the country. And then you get 1 video together from us every single week. So you should see about 3 to 4 videos from us coming out.
Yeah.
Just whenever we can get it done for every week of the season. And we'll keep you updated on whatever you need. Brandon?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, thanks for joining us here at the Hard Count. If you watch this far, we love you. We absolutely adore you.
So much.
Even if you just watch 10 minutes of it. If you just skip to your team, that's great. Honestly, I don't care if you just watch your team, whatever you like, whatever. Tell us what you think about games. Tell us anything. Comment on our Twitter. Follow us on Twitter, by the way. Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, all those things. We have them all. We post. We tell you when videos are coming out. The day of. It's great. It's fun. We're trying to get more active on Twitter. We will, and just shoot us.
Brandon's had some hit tweets. Brandon's had some hit tweets.
Just tweet us and just hit us up on Instagram. Make sure you leave a follow, leave a like. I know, like Cade said, it's not the most favorable thing, but that's what YouTube needs. That's what feeds them. And sure enough, yeah. So just like, comment, subscribe, whatever you feel like doing that day. But if you love us, you do all 3.
Tell us your game you're looking most looking most forward to this weekend, because I am so excited for the Bears-Packers game. You have no idea.
That's so awesome. Am I. Go Bears, baby. Let's go. I'll be wearing my newly acquired Justin Fields jersey, visitor jersey. I have a home jersey, by the way. You'll see me wear it in the vlog that's coming out this week. But yeah, thanks for joining us on the Hard Count if you watch this far, and we love you. We'll see you all soon on the next videos. We can't wait for week 2. We love that the NFL season's finally here, baby. Let's go. Broncos country. Left wide.
That's funny, bro.
Oh, God.
Left wide.
But yeah, we're gonna call a timeout here real quickie.
T.
We'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.
See y'all soon. Take it easy.